What's up, guys? It's me again, the me you don't know, but that shouldn't matter for you to enjoy good stories. So let's get on with the show now, shall we? So we continue our story with Momo's perspective, as right when she was exchanged for Toga, and she witnessed that this this boy who um, had pulled the sack over her head pretty much just freed her. And Momo could tell that Toga was dangerous and that freeing her could possibly backfire. And she's thinking like this guy could possibly die from doing this. But then um after what was said, she realized that they were working together. And Momo kinda got upset by that, but she doesn't know why. Uh, as she's thinking about this, they're they're gone. They disappear. She was so distracted and lost in thought that she didn't realize that those two had left already, and she's practically being dragged by Hasashi, this man with a gun and a mask, and she's thinking like, this guy is also dangerous. I'm not safe with either of these guys. She's just thinking like the other guy would have been safer because at least then I could see his eyes, and and that's just what she's thinking, and because because Deku was also asking her if she wanted help with her bindings, saying that Deku would have took them off for her. He would have actually freed her. But Hasashi is like pretty much dragging her around while she's still like binded up and with the tape over her mouth. And so as they're like going through the corridor, or where were they? The hallways, as they turn corners left and right, and they run into a few goons here and there, but Hasashi quickly knocks them out as he's trying to get out of there quickly before the cops show up. But you know how that ended up in the last part. But he's just like pistol whipping these guys, just knocking them out really quickly, a kick or here or there, but just something to get them out of the way while he rushes Momo out. And so when they got rid of all the guys that came their way, like the guys they ran into, um, and finally got to the exit slash entrance, that's when the cops showed up. And the sirens all blaring loudly, and Tasashi's like, God dang it. And that's when he came up with the brilliant idea to just send her out there alone, still bind it up. And he just pretty much pushes her out the door. And yeah. And so, uh, mission success. The hostage has been freed. And so, when the cops grab her and like free her pretty much, they try to start asking her questions, but she's pretty dazed and isn't really answering much. And that's when All Might yeah, All Might, he jumps down from the roof and he's like, the villains have escaped. As he thinks that, like, there's the someone has caused all this death, and like they must have escaped because he ain't see anyone like fleeing from the roof or anything, and um, it was like a whole 10 minutes for Hasashi and Momo to get out the door. That Deku and Toga they escaped just from opening a hole in the wall and jumping out. So they were gone 10 minutes ago, and Hasashi and Momo were just like trapped in there and had to find the way out, and it took them 10 minutes to get out. So, and in those 10 minutes, the cops showed up, and so did All Might. And so All Might starts talking with one of the cops. You all know who it is. I forgot his name though. The detective or whatever his name is. He's not important. I just know that he's a friend of All Might or something. That's why All Might's there. That's how he got the memo of what was going on. And so a few minutes go by, and then one of the cops that were looking at the carnage of all the bodies just laying around in the front yard, or whatever you want to call it. He starts screaming, "There's a survivor! S- Someone come, medic, medic!" It's something like that. As this guy is just like screaming out, "It was the black cat, the black cat, kill me, kill me! It was the black cat." This guy is pretty messed up. He has like no feelings in his leg, and he's like, "There's no point in living." As he pretty much told them what happened just by screaming out, "Black cat, black cat," and this guy's like crawling all over this cop that was like there, and without saying too much, the gun goes off and guy is dead. The end. No, not really. Um, so their only witness is pretty much dead now, but eventually they do check out what was inside the warehouse. The What did I say this building was again? I forget, but I guess it's a warehouse now. But anyways, they find out that there's actually quite a few people left alive inside the whole place, but not as much as there was outside. 'Cause, yeah. So, anyways, the they escort Momo home. You know, the news was also there. They recorded that whole scene, but they had to catch All Might in action, though he ain't really do much. But heroes got there a little too late. Or hero and cops got there a little too late. They couldn't really do anything, and the main people escaped, and they found that powdery substance I was talking about earlier, and they found out that that it used to be a person, but it's not anymore. And that's all I'm going to say about that. You guys should already know who I'm talking about, like what I'm talking about when I say that, right? But enough of that little scene there. Let's skip to Deku and Toga just walking in the night. Yeah, I must say it's like it it was only like it's only like 11 at night because the way it happened, Momo got kidnapped after school. School ends out at about 3. Well, most schools do end at around 3. And roughly 6 hours later, it'd be about 9 or 10, you know. And so, yeah, makes sense, I say. 6 7 hours go by before that whole scene took place. And so, Deku and Toga are walking just all nonchalant, like nothing even happened. Like, they're not suspects. They've never even been seen. And like the only survivor pretty much committed Sudoku. So I mean, like, yeah, he can't really say what they looked like anymore. Cause he wasn't thinking. He was like, it's the black cat. He was really convinced it was the black cat. Let's. All right, enough of that. As Toka's is upset that she lost her helmet, cause Hisashi would have took it off of her so that he could see what she would look like, so that if he ever saw her again, he'd know who to target or whatever. But that's pretty much the only time they're ever going to see each other. Like, I mean, that's the only time Hisashi's going to be that close to his son. um. In anyways, what was I going on about again? Oh yeah, Toga was upset that she lost her helmet, but overall she's pretty happy because she killed a lot of people and she she had a blast. But Deku, on the other hand, he's not feeling too great because he failed this mission his master gave him. And so, like, they pretty much just walk to the beach and chatting it up, just like old friends do. Once they get to the beach, the Toga goes her own separate way. I don't really know where she would go. I say she has a safe house at some abandoned building, but somewhere with roof access, so that she would have an easy escape route. Because she's pretty nimble and agile. I'm pretty sure she could handle parkour pretty well. But getting sidetracked here. Um, so after Toga had left, Deku he he looked up to the moon and just sighed because he has to go report what had happened to his master. But Ava. Oh, speaking of bam, this is what she's going to look like, I guess. So, great. Where was I again? Um, oh yeah, Deku is on his way to visit his master. And if you're wondering why I keep saying it like that, it's because there's something that's going to happen and her title's going to change from master to something else. But you'll you'll know in a second. But but alright. Hold on a second. Uh Sorry, I'm back now. Um so we so Deku, he like turns into a bird or whatever, and he starts flying off to the forest where they are located. And so, ooh, excuse me, mm, excuse me, is Logan. Yeah, we cut to Ava and Logan at their manor in the woods in the forest. As Logan, he he what's the word? Shoot, he catches Ava's attention and tells her that Deku is on his way over, most likely to report about his recent mission you sent him on. And she's like, "Good, I could use some." God, sorry, I'm terrible. Anyways, let's just skip to when Deku arrives. No, I can't do that. As Ava is all like, well, great. Prepare some tea, shall you? And Logan just says, yes, right away. As he leaves the room and starts preparing some tea, and Ava, she sits down in her little chair and proceeds to wait for Deku. And when Deku gets there, she's just sipping on some tea. I don't really know what kind of tea, but maybe it'd have a hint of blood or two. I don't I don't know. But so Deku gets there and he walks up to like the foot of her chair and like kneels down pretty much, and he exclaims that it this is roughly how the conversation goes. As Deku says that I'm sorry, but it seems that I have failed to retrieve the item you requested. As Ava is like, oh, well, what happened to it? And Deku just says, I do not know what happened to it, but the person you sent me after is most likely dead. And she's like, really? Do you know who killed him? No, I do not, but I know his voice. Well, there was actually two people there, but before I could enter the room, they were both gone. They seem to have disappeared. Most likely one of them had a warping quirk, and the other, um, I'm just assuming here, but they might have a disintegration quirk. And she's like, Logan, do we have any people here that has a disintegration quirk? And Logan is like, I am unsure, ma'am. I can look into it for you if you wish. And she's like, yes, look into that for me and find this person with this quirk. And Logan is like, yes, ma'am. As he then leaves the room and he first heads off to that to the warehouse. Yes, he pretty much follows Deku's scent to it, as he basically just retracing Deku's steps, pretty much to see where he gone. 'Cause Logan is like he can transform into a werewolf and and a full blown wolf. As that's how his quirk is going to work. As Logan is gone doing his own thing now, and basically that's how they find out about the League of Villains. But well, they don't know that now. But I'm just telling you guys so that you know what he finds out. Pretty easy for him, as he could track their scent through, even if they teleport. Uh, yeah, yes. Ooh, excuse me. As we get back to Ava and Deku talking, as Ava is all like, "Do you have any other news for me?" As Deku is all like, "I'm sorry I let you down, mother." And he's all like, "I'm sorry, I meant, and Ava is all like, "Oh, well, which one am I?" Actually, I'm gonna say Logan. He didn't go off yet, but he has his mission for later. So like, he's still there. So as Avis are like, oh, well, which one am I? Am I master or mother? As Deku's are like, uh, um, to be honest, you're technically the one who raised me since I was 4, and I'm deeply appreciative of that. So I see you more as a mother. And she gets up from her chair while saying, "My dear boy." And she walks over to Deku as Deku closes his eyes, and he's expecting to get punished in some sort of way, because that's how she was when she was training him. Her and Logan, they would is Deku is kind of sort of afraid of what she might do, but she does the unexpected, and she hugs him, and she's all like, "You don't know how happy it makes me to hear you say that." And Deku's all like, "Huh?" And she's like, "This calls for a feast. Logan, call the elders. Tell them I'll be coming soon. There's someone I need them to meet." And Deku's all like, huh, what's happening? And Logan's all like, right away, Mel. And she's all like, well, don't just stand there, Deku. Get ready. Prepare yourself. Make yourself look presentable. It's time you meet my family. As Deku's all like, you're not going to punish me? And she's all like, my dear boy, you just said you see me as your mother. And she's like, I now see you as my beloved son. And as my son, you must meet my family, right? I must show the world, show them how precious you are. As she became pretty attached to him pretty quickly, I'm like, just like that. As Deku's still confused as he's like, yes, and he kind of doesn't know what to call her now, as because things happen, and so we're we're, we're going to skip to oh, where would they even go and hold this meeting? Is it's pretty last minute, so not everyone would show up, but and it's late in the night. But I say these elders she's talking about is like here. Let me just explain something real quick. Um, Ava. Wait, I don't even have the last name for her. Let's just say Blood. Yeah, Ava Blood. Um, cause, all their quirks, and it involves something to do with blood. And matter of fact, every quirk that has something to do with blood is a relative of the Bloods. Like they might be a distant relative, but still related. So people like Toga and Stain and even Vlad, the hero, those guys would be relatives of the Bloods, you know, even though they might not know it, because I mean, like, this is a pretty big family, and it's got to be like it's like I'm stumbling on the words here. Um, it's kind of like a clan, kind of, is kind of has to be if you're referring to the old people as elders, is they're pretty much like the heads of the family, as they pretty much run things like Ava. She like she's not part of it. Like she don't listen to them, but like they're still family. So like she's going to keep a relationship with them, and there's some parts of the family that like completely split off, like Toga's family. Like they have no idea that they're even related to the Bloods, because that's just how far off they like they haven't been taught of their heritage. Yeah, that's the word. But Vlad, he knows he's going to be part of this meeting. So he's one of the few that but Stain, he don't know. Toga, she don't know. Um, and those pretty much the only like relevant characters that I know of that that has blood quirks, but blood related quirks. My bad. So silence. Oh, sir, I'm just thinking like I didn't think this far ahead. Okay, I'm just going to skip this little scene. Um, so Deku meets her family pretty much. He meets Vlad, and like, oh, and what happens during these sort of meetings? They like have absolutely nothing to do with personal or work life. So like, if Deku becomes like a villain or whatever, and Vlad is a hero, and they like constantly fought, there's no fighting during this meeting. That's only an example. I'm not saying like they're going to fight. I mean, they probably would. I don't know. Um, that's if Deku continues to be a villain. Well, they don't really know he's a villain, though he's kind of not. He's just a thief. He hasn't killed anyone yet, surprisingly. But Toga, on the other hand, nah, she can go a little nuts sometimes. But getting off track now. Where was Oh yeah, this feast. Um, Deku meets Ava's family, and she brags about her son. And she openly says it too, like, "This is my son, Izuku." Like she might not say it like that, but um, she shows him off to everybody, and they have a feast there. Deku now has like people to turn to if things get out of hand. Um, but enough of Izuku having a family now. Let's cut to Hasashi as he's still thinking about what what um what that what Toga said to Deku as she straight up called him Izuku as he saw like not many people are named Izuku. It can't just be a coincidence. If he was still alive, he'd be around that age too. Oh, if that's my boy, I don't know what to do. I need to speak with him. See if he remembers his family. But no, he was only 4 when he disappeared. But he was a newborn when he disappeared. But clone. It was a clone of Deku that Hasashi knows. But he doesn't know it was a clone. Uh, getting off topic. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, Hasashi was contemplating whether Deku was his son or not, or that person that was with the black cat. And and then Hasashi realizes that if it is his son, then he would have to fight him because he's a villain, and it's kind of his job now to stop villains. But then he's like, no, my job was to find my boy, and and searching for him was the only reason I became a vigilante. So no one else would lose their children the way I lost mine. And like that's that's Hisashi. Hisashi was on like a rooftop somewhere, just thinking that. It wasn't very far from the warehouse they was just at, and I must say that nah, I'm not gonna say it. Cause Logan would attend the little feast with them, so he won't just pop up out of nowhere and start fighting Kasashi. That wouldn't work. but um, but Logan would track down Hisashi. Not going to lie, but that comes later. Um, there's a lot of in this video. Where to continue from here? Um, oh, I know. Let's check up on how Momo's doing. Is she's home now, but she can't seem to hey, she can't seem to get any sleep, and her parents were extremely worried, but excuse me, but but she was uh, let's see if I can explain this right. So as Momo had walked through the front door of her house, and her parents came out rushing to her and giving her big hugs, and Momo's all like, I'm fine, I'm fine." Her parents were extremely worried. They're like, "Are you okay? Are you okay? Are you hurt? Are you hurt anywhere? Do you need a bandage? Are you okay? Do you need something to eat? Are you hungry?" And Mom, they're just like nagging her pretty much. And Momo's like, "I'm fine, I'm fine. I just need some rest. I got a light on my mind." As she's just like in her room, she can't sleep at all, as I was trying to say, because she got too much on her mind, mainly Deku, as she just can't get his eyes out of her mind, and as they were just like a deep dark void that she could get lost into. Did I really just say that? but laughing at my own joke. Where was I? Oh yeah, Momo was lost in thought, thinking about Deku and his dark um, dark eyes. Yes. So she wonders if the Black Cat is actually a villain or not, cause there isn't a story about the Black Cat killing heroes or even attacking innocent people. It's always about low low tier thugs and like villains that end up dying and like that. Yeah, so like they're obviously not heroes because heroes don't kill, but she's thinking that like maybe they're vigilantes because they've been getting rid of villains, like really bad people, even though the way they're doing it is bad themselves. I mean, like, they could have killed me, but they chose to rescue me. Is That's what she thinks. Like she just got lucky, pretty much, because they was there for something else. But she doesn't know that. She's thinking that they were there for her to rescue her. Because, I mean, like, their other objective was not clear in the slightest. As Toga didn't even know what Deku was doing there, but she was following him. As that should be obvious. Because, I mean, like, she came out of nowhere right when he needed her, pretty much. As she does have a way of masking her presence, and that's how Deku didn't know she was there, and no one else knew she was there. That when she makes her want to make her presence known, she makes it known, and she did. How did I go from talking about Momo? you know what? Um, I'm gonna say a few days go by, and Deku meets up with Toga again and says, and invites her to join, like, officially his little group that he has going on. And he's like, I've been working for someone, and this person is now my mother, and I wish for you to meet them and work alongside one another. As as Toga taking this completely the wrong way and is thinking like this is Deku's way of confessing to her, because how her twisted mind works. I did say in the other part that I don't think Toga would be attracted to Deku, but it's a possible ship. I still don't quite know yet what the ship is going to be, but um, th- this is just the way Toga's thinking about it. Okay, she's just thinking that this is Deku's way of confessing to her, and he wants to introduce his girl to his parents. It's, that is a way to think about it, but it's not the way Deku intended it to be. As is, Deku's saying like, we've pretty much been working together this whole time, so why not make it official and form an actual group instead of it being just us hanging around? We can go on actual missions, like have an objective rather than just finding some random villains and killing them for some blood. And Toga, she kind of didn't listen to the full story. She was lost in thought about how Deku supposedly just confessed to her, and she just agreed to it. So, um, I think this video has been long enough. Um, I'm going to end it off here. Um, if you guys are still watching this, please comment down which ship I should lean more towards too. I mean, I'm fine with doing both actually, but not sure how that would work out. But you guys tell me in the comments which one you prefer. But oh, this is so I guess that's it for now. Um, um, like if you like, subscribe if you wanna, and comment down below if you enjoyed or not, and which ship I should go forward to, or if it should be both. You guys decide. And right now I'm just going with the flow, and if I continue going with the flow, it might end up being both. um, yeah, that's pretty much it. Bye.